Those are good questions. Well, first things first, I'm not maintaining my sanity. I am driving myself fucking insane, and I'm really actually doing better for it. I've forced myself to actually start working on stuff, so I'm working on vlogs and I'm working on projects, but it's taken me this long to actually get to do it because normally I'm driven by school or projects or things that I have to do or force myself to do. And now that I'm in this environment where it's very much nebulous as to what I choose to do with my time when, I found myself slacking for like the first 2 weeks. And then finally one day I got up and said, you know what? I might just be crazy enough to make something. So I did. I made a vlog for my my television production class. And then that spiraled into a second one, and then now a third one, which as we're speaking, I am making live on my YouTube channel. So I just put the link into the chat. So right now, anyone who's listening to our conversation right now can go to my YouTube channel and check out my number 3 vlog, which I'm very excited for because I put a lot of work into it, and it's basically the jumping off point for my entire YouTube channel going forward, which I'm finally just lost it. I've lost my entire mind, and it's what's getting me through all of this is the promise of working on stuff that I am passionate about, and that's going to be talking about movies, talking about video games, talking about stuff that has affected me in my personal life, and then also what is driving me going forward. That's all stuff that I'm really.
So all those things are part of that vlog launching your YouTube channel?
Yeah. It's been something that I've wanted to do for a long time. In fact, something that I've done recently I'm looking for stuff to do, and I'm looking for reasons to do it, and something that I've always wanted to do is do a YouTube channel, because I love people who bring their passion and excitement to others and share that with others, and I love listening to people talk about movies who are really passionate about those movies, and it reinvests myself. I get myself reinvested into my love of film. And something that I did just last night was I rewatched a movie that I thought I didn't like with Anthony, and we learned that we really liked it. And so that's one of the first videos that I'm going to be working on, is actually talking about why I revisited this movie and what I gained from it. And I think that that's going to be an interesting
you and Anthony could talk about it during your podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We watched the film Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I won't go into too much right now, but it was a movie that when it came out wasn't received that well. And I wondered why, because no one talks about it anymore. So it obviously didn't leave that big of an impact. So I went back to it, and we had a really great time. And we really enjoyed the movie. It was a blast. And I'm watching it later tonight, actually, with my mom, because she was interested. She heard us enjoying the movie. So she was like, yeah, I want to see it. So.
Well, I see behind you, you have quite a collection of classic movies there.
Oh, my entire life is falling apart around me. And
definitely.
These are things that I've kind of
You've
literally
even got Goonies.
Myself. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh. This is one of my favorite things ever. This is the 25th anniversary Goonies box that comes with, like, it does all this. It comes with the movie, and it comes with a, this is odd, it comes with a board game. Which I only got to play once before the apocalypse began. So hopefully when this is all over, I'll get to play some with you guys. Oh, yeah, the Goonies is phenomenal. And that's actually a jumping off point for the Spielberg binge that I've been on lately.
Oh, okay.
Steven Spielberg is one of my favorite. I don't know if you have other questions. My mind is ablaze with a million things.
No, but that's great that you're finding a way to, watching the movies and reflecting on them and then discussing them. That's a way to stay creative and analytical and engage with others.
Yeah, and you guys can hear it right now. I have this energy for movies. I have this this energy that I want to bring to this kind of stuff because I love talking about it, and I want to bring that across to my discussion of films, because a lot of people talking about films these days are super opinionated. It's all like, I hate this, I hate that. This was garbage, it was terrible. But I think that takes away something from, like, the magic of movies, Like, you can have those opinions, that's totally fine. But right. I think that there's enough of the negativity out there, and I think that, reminding ourselves why we watch movies or why we love movies is just as important, if not more important.
Yeah, so, storytelling, cinematic storytelling I think is vital, particularly now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
let me tell you,
posted.
the cable TV is not showing good stuff right now. So,
Oh no, it is not.
well, they're
But like
actually,
that's why something like Tiger King really jumped out at people is because it
yeah,
is a story told so well
yes.
that it's just gotten to so many people. And
And it's hard to believe that those kind of characters exist, but they do.
oh, it's insane. It's incredible. Yeah. But yeah, for everyone listening, please go look at my YouTube channel.
Okay. And you shared the link in the chat?
Yes, link is in the chat. I can share it with anyone who asks for it again.
Okay.
I also posted one of my favorite short films that I ever did at Saddleback. I also posted that, so
Okay.
have fun, everybody.
I will retrieve that then. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right. Who is next? We go to. All right. Who's next? Who wants to go up?
I guess I could go. I haven't gone yet.
Okay. There you are. Let me get rid of everyone else temporarily. Okay. So Rachel, tell us how you are staying engaged and creative during this COVID lockdown.
So I've been expanding well, let me rephrase that. I've been casting a wider net for voiceover. Speaking through some friends, I found this new website called ACX. It's an audiobook website where they post auditions for books that are wanting to become into audiobooks. And then after they are finished and produced, they will then post them on places like Audible and other platforms. So I've been expanding to more trying out audiobooks and doing freelance with Fiverr and freelancer.com on recommendations of friends. So just trying to, on the voiceover spectrum, trying to look at other places to possibly get jobs. And now that everyone's having to work from home, voiceover is kind of taking a boost right now, right?
Absolutely.
People can't work together and they're like, well, we have to have you go remote. And it's nice that I already have like kind of a decent setup to do that. So I'm just trying to take advantage of this opportunity right now. Other than that, I've been trying, I'm a very crafty person. So I'll show you. I just finished this little craft project. It's hanging on my wall. If I don't fall down. It's this. It's macrame kind of thing, from my wedding bouquet. So I've been trying to like find
like a green catcher.
Yes, along that. And I want to make another one with the copper wire and flowers and yarn to kind of stay crafty because I'm more of a hands-on person. Let's see. Other than that, to stay like creative and proactive. I know you recommended the journaling, the isolation journals.
Mm-hmm.
I signed up for that, and I just signed up today. So I was thinking about possibly, instead of, I'm not much of a writer, instead of writing down what the prompts are, maybe creating an art piece or an illustration to go what I think would be to match the prompt.
Okay.
As a kind of a creative outlet. Then that way, I kind of stopped drawing after, like, just because life was busy and I had to work, and then I was focusing on voiceover and my career. So I'm like, I need to get rid of some of my creative outlets to make space for this, right? So now is a perfect time to like catch up on like playing guitar again or drawing or anything like that.
Well, that's great. Oh, could you share with us, you wrote in discussions that you applied for either a job or something in England and the UK, and they wanted a CV.
Oh,
so
yes.
Could you share that with everyone? That would be great.
I can, I will pull up a link for my CV that I created. And that was, I think it looks decent. So let me see if I can get a link for that. But yeah, it was interesting that it's basically like a resume. It's just the formatting is slightly different. You put a headshot in the corner as well, and then it's kind of like the best way I can do is show you.
Okay.
But yeah, it was interesting that they asked specifically. It was the project was an audio a radio drama.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think they're still doing casting right now, so I don't know if I've been cast or not. I think the casting ends here in a week.
Like everyone else, I'm having a hard time maintaining my sanity being stuck in the house because I don't go out. Like I just choose not to really run errands. Like I'm really just staying indoors, which means I always have to be creative to some extent just to keep myself occupied. And ever since last year, I've been doing these stories with a friend of mine, and we're really active on Twitter. So a lot of people actually read some of the stories we do and post online, which is kind of gaining an audience because out of all the film classes I've taken, they say to build an audience, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever form that really means. But they are like based on properties like superheroes and comic books that we don't own, but people seem to like it, which means they'll kind of trust me when I decide to do my own original work,
Mm-hmm.
which, like I said, I love to do horror. So all of my original work really involves horror and weird twisted concepts that people kind of have to trust that I can execute well. So that's like every day I kind of go back and forth between an original script in mind and like a not so original script, just like something piggybacking off of what someone else has already done in the past.
Mm-hmm. So what are these stories? Are they the stories that you post?
The stories we
I
post are
understand the
like,
genre, but what are they? Are they episodic at all? Are they
yeah, they're
sequels?
like in novel format, kind of like we've done
Okay.
a Batman one and a Venom one, and they're just like 6 chapters, like a quick concept that I get in my head, and I just try to make a long drawn out story, and people enjoyed both of the stories that we've done so far. And it's also a good motivation to hear that people like it, because I just want to keep writing more and more every day.
So tell me about the Venom one. I'm curious. So how did you examine that?
That one was the most recent one that we did, and actually just posted the last chapter like a couple days ago, and people really like that one. And since it's obviously a Marvel property and we don't own that character, I just take stuff that's been done in the comics and the movies and kind of put my own twist on it and kind of
Mm-hmm.
see what lands, because just obviously redoing what's already been done in the past, no one's really going to care about. It's like, I've already seen this and I've seen it done better, and I don't want to do it better. I just want to do something different. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what's really grabbing people's attention.
And what was your approach to make it different in terms of his journey or the character?
I kind of had a gimmick for that one. Like, it takes place over the course of 3 different holidays: Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And starting with that prompt, I felt like, okay, what's the conflict going to be? And I wanted to place this character in a conflict that he's never been placed in before. Like, in the story, Spider-Man gets beamed away because obviously Venom's a Spider-Man villain. So he takes the form of a hero, which has been done a little bit, but not like full force. Like, there are no heroes in New York anymore. It's just solely Venom, who's usually known as a monster. So I
Mm-hmm.
think taking a character that's known as a villain who does hurt people and putting him in the spotlight that can only save people in this instance, I think was
Mm-hmm.
really cool.
Oh. So did he have to save people on those holidays?
Yeah, he did. It was again, like, I love horror. The villains were zombies that eventually, by the end of it, kind of morphed into one big King Kong sized zombie. Like, it was
Oh my
just,
gosh.
it was outlandish, but he did have to rise to the occasion. And in the comics, he has wings at one point, so it's just Venom flying around trying to battle this giant zombie with a sharpened candy cane, because the last chapter takes place on Christmas. It was a lot of fun to write.
It sounds fantastic. Yeah. I'll have to look it up. How do I find it?
We posted on quotev.com, which it's like, there are a bunch of fan fiction like websites to post it on, but I wanted one that lets you post like a picture per chapter, and one that's just an easy format to use.